and only radio station for women and their families. My name is Fumi Bambala. I'm joined with the lovely ladies this morning. Time check, it is 9 minutes past 9. And it's such a beautiful day. Thank God it is Friday. I'm so over this week. I'm done and dusted. I'm not doing again. I'm not doing again. Can you hear me, Buki?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you
Did you
also
hear? I can hear you. Yes. Okay. So yes, this has been quite the week because we've moved digital, so it's been quite tasking a little bit for me, but I'm getting into it. But I'm so happy it's Friday. I know that this weekend I should sleep, but then it's back to school on Monday, and I'm just like, when will I see rest to sleep? No rest for the weekend, and I'm not even wicked. I'm not wicked. That's so sad, but oh well. All right. You're welcome to Her Lens. Buki, how are you this morning?
Yes, Bookie is doing great, and I really want to thank God. And good morning, everybody. Alan's family. Well, this is nice. I think this is my first time of doing this. It's been back to back for me, training. Like I said, we started training teachers on attitudinal shifts towards the time when they will resume to school. So yesterday we were at Isolog school, to train their teachers, and lovely. It was a lovely time getting new mindsets and things like that. So when I saw your message that we are going digital,
yes, we are.
What are we going to do? So
we've been doing that this week.
Okay. So I have to turn on my video. I said, okay. Let me see what Susan and Ibina Boy is up about, so that I will know. So I'm just wondering, where are my people? It's fine. So how are we all, Alan's family? How are we doing? I mean, it's good to be in your space. It's good to see our faces as well. And so it's good. For me, well done.
Thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna go straight into it and get into the first story. I'm even trying to figure out which one of them we should even tackle. Let's talk about this one first. This one says Delta State government bans bushy beards, artificial hair, long eyelashes, fake nails in civil service. The Delta State government has issued a new directive banning what is described as indecent appearance, including bushy beards, artificial braided or dyed hair, long eyelashes, and fake nails. In the circular from the office of the head of service, workers were ordered to maintain a neat, professional, and modest look that reflects their positions. Heads of departments have been instructed to send erring staff back home to change or risk sanctions. In the circular read, in part, in an effort to address the unpleasant practice of improper dressing that has become commonplace in the Senate Public Service, it is instructive to announce a review of the existing dress code I think I can see that. Okay, she's joined. For the purpose of upholding decency in the appearance of public servants across the states. And then it goes on to say what the male civil servants should wear: complete suits or trousers, and all of that. For the female civil servants, the same as well. The government stressed that senior officers must lead by example in dressing appropriately, and warned that sanctions may be invoked to check the ugly trend. The question I really want to ask is this where we are at now in this country that we're living in? Because I'm thinking, this morning in the newspaper review, we treated the matter of Akwa Ibom. I don't know if you've seen in the news, the Akwa Ibom women, a lot of them are losing their babies or even losing their lives because there's nobody to attend to them at the primary healthcare center. There's no worker. When I say nobody, no worker is there. So they're having to go to traditional birth attendants and still losing their life there. And I'm seeing this news. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like, what? This is where we are. I mean, on the flip side, you can say, yes, there's been, a trend of indecent dressing, and we've talked about it on the lens before. But I'm just thinking, what exactly are we doing? We're majoring on the minor and minoring on the major. Hi, Susan. Good morning. I can see your lovely face this morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Buki. Good morning, Helen's family. Sorry I joined late. Good
Oh,
morning.
Ibinaba has joined now as well. Hi, Ibinaba. Good morning. You're welcome to the show.
Your mic is muted, Ibinabo.
Good morning. Good morning.
No hiding place anymore.
All right. It's good to see you, beautiful ladies. I just read the headline on, the Delta State government's new policy that people should be coming to the office decently dressed, no beard, no artificial hair, no dyed hair, no long eyelashes, no fake nails in civil service. And I was asking, I said, Shebi by Lawansi, like, what are we doing? I can see Susan rolling her eyes. I think this is the benefit of the virtual because I get to see your reactions live. Who's itching to go first? Anybody can go first.
Okay, so let me go first. When I read it, my fixed mindset says, just like you said,
Right.
in all this matter, is dressing. But my growth mindset said, for them to have brought this up, they must have seen some things and they want to curb it. And immediately I remember my daughter, she was telling me, okay, she asked me to buy some clothes for her and things like that and send and all that. I was asking her what for. She is in the advanced country, anything. He said no, in their own company, it doesn't go. They tell them what, I mean, they gave them, some codes, skimpy dresses, none, jeans, none, even for the trousers, it must not be too tight. I said, really?
Wow.
Yes. For them, they believe that what you also wear goes with the culture of the place. But when you see what they wear, it's expressive. It's not dark. I mean, and then of course, though they don't go for bright colors, but they go not. So when you see those eyelashes, those fake eyelashes, it's like even me as a woman say, wait, sorry, there is no moderation in it. And then, because I had to actually read through. For men, there's no problem. The issue is for we women. You understand? When you begin to look at it, most times, I want to believe that the women should be able to take this matter and discuss it and redress it. Most times, why do we women go for artificial wigs and things like that? Because it's convenient. It's convenient. And I think that is where I picked, that I said, yes, I don't see why they should not allow. They can only say it should not be too bogus or whatever it is. But you see, when you say what is too bogus, what does it mean?
Yes, is it subjective or yes?
It's subjective. But I believe that what they should do now, they should let the women, they should have a stakeholders meeting and let them agree on what is right and what is not right. Let them not just come and say, this is it. They should engage them. They should engage them. That's my own point. But as they are doing this, let us also tell them that there are other things they should be looking at.
Right.
Nothing. But I understand the fact that they want to bring a culture of respect into the public sector, which I agree, but there should be a balance. Thank you.
Susan, you want to go next? I feel like Susan she's filming where she is.
In my head, I'm wondering, see, in as much as I think they are trying to curb some things, but for me, that is very minute. It is very minute in the scheme of things. These are adults who left their homes to work. Are you giving them in that their salary now? Is there provision for wardrobe allowance? What is your business with eyelash? Yes, I know that some people put scary eyelashes and all of that, but if it makes them feel good, auntie, go ahead, do your do. As long as it's not harming me, it's not disturbing my person. Does the person get their job done? People fix their nails. If last week I went to do nail because it was expensive, me, I did not have money. I turned back. If not, I would have made my nail. Yes. So imagine I make my nail, and because it makes me feel good, it's about me, not about anyone. And I come out to work on Monday, and you're like, no nails, no clinical. I don't fix yes, I don't fix lashes, but I am not going to sit here, and say that those who fix all of these things, there's a problem about it. I don't fix lashes, but it doesn't, make those who have decided to fix it. It's not my problem. Your problem should be, what do you need to strengthen the capacity of your workers? We're looking at output. They are workers. How are you helping them so that they put in their best to the work that they are doing, and not into their private, when it is not even university? That is why, people know the universities they go to. If it's like Covenant or some other universities, you already know schools that do not allow certain dressing. Let an adult be an adult. You don't have business personally. Because if you analyze it critically, you would also see that this is clamping down on women at the end of the day. Because the men don't wear shorts. Even if they wear shorts, maybe it's native to work. Nobody is going to tell them, why are you putting on shorts? So look at all of those analyses. It still boils down to, clamping down on women. That is what it is. So in my head, I'm wondering, brother, very soon you will tell us not to wear wig that we are using to cover our head.
Head.
Come on. I have weaves on. I can decide to, no, let's not indulge such things. For me are not a priority. They should focus on what needs to be focused. These are men and women in their homes. How do you begin to dictate these things? I don't know. But for me, it's not really adding up, because yes, there might be people who dress a sort of way, but should that be a priority for a government? I keep asking.
At this point
in time, there are critical issues. There's insecurity in that state. The insecurity in that state is alarming. Every blessed day, someone is unalived in this state. There are so many things. There's inflation dragging them. There's so much. Their road networks. Is it okay for your workers to even ply proper roads to come to work? What is the problem? Is they addressing from their homes? How has that become your problem?
Thank you so much, Susan. Buki, there was something that Buki had said, this is even to Ibinabo, where you had talked about expression. Me, I'm always coloring my hair. So when I say it, I say, there's no way for me, because what am I going to do? And you're talking about expression, because a lot of people express themselves how they dress. I remember that back in the day, at least in the 60s or 50s or maybe 70s, I remember my mom and my grandma, they used to wear mini wrappers, oleku back then, and the wrappers were not long. They were above the knee. They used to wear dresses that were also above the knee. So, Ibinabo, what would you say to this in terms of, is this shutting down? I know the argument is because they want to clamp down on certain dressing and certain behaviors, but how does this really affect us in terms of our expressiveness, in terms of our identity? It's one thing to say, okay, maybe the code of dressing is everybody comes suited up. But when you now start nitpicking to facial hair, nails, eyelashes, hair, you can't do colored hair. I know some people that will never do black braids because they like colors on their hair. What would you say to this? This is to you, Binabo. The way everybody's starting with a laugh first.
You see, what I'm going to say is this. You know, sometimes when one is not very busy, you will get caught up in some irrelevant activities.
Mm.
You see, I think Delta State, they love to be in the news, but we want them in the news for better reasons, for other reasons that are going to bring development to that state, for reasons that, you know, when you talk about criminality, I think Delta State, they try small. Because even they themselves, they talk about it. So there are so many things the government has to do.
Hi, Binabo.
This is like majoring on the minor. And it is not in the best interest of anybody. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? So, am I with you? So
yes, I can hear you.
As far as I'm concerned, when I looked at the story, I was looking at it, I said, okay, male civil servants, grade level, kiniko, you must dress in your suits. When will Nigerian government encourage made in Nigeria? I thought I was going to see something like you come in your, not necessarily Agbada, because Agbada will not allow you to be smart and everything, but your buba and shokoto. Why can't we encourage African outfit? I have been to South Africa. See, I have been to South Africa, you know, sometimes. I've been to other places. I've been to Ghana, and I've been to almost all the West African countries. I've been to most of the East African countries. I've been to South African countries. And I see that the people who do not really embrace their own are Nigerians. And now the government is even further encouraging it. Which one be suit? Which one be suit and trouser? Talk about, and they were even very specific that only on a particular day can you put on your kaftan and your senator kiniko, and these clothes, these attires, we can identify with them. It's our culture, it's part of our tradition. So when you now tell them that they can only do this on a particular day, you are simply telling everybody that Nigeria will always be dependent on imported things. Because all this material, all these suits, they are not part of us. They are imported fashion. When are we going to embrace our own? When are we going to begin to? You can put on your, like for me, I like putting on Iruambuba a lot. People tell me, how do you even manage? I said, I like it. I'm used to it. I'm very comfortable with my Iruambuba. I can put on my up and down and blouse, and I'll be very smart. So why, if they were talking about other things, probably they had noticed that some ladies were always coming up with some kind of nails that are like, they can pluck out your eyes. If you're talking about moderation, talk about moderation.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
And it is not our business. It is not for our consumption. Whatever happened to in-house information, whatever happened to do this thing, send the circular around, let everybody know. Once you come and tell us, what it concern us? I mean, for me, it is too trivial. Because they're not even promoting anything Nigerian. If they're talking about, I remember so many years ago, I was a little girl, and suddenly I realized that NTA newscasters were always coming up in African attire. Everything changed, and that was beautiful. Then I remember that a particular TV station, AIT, all their broadcasters, you will not hear any foreign name. It'd be like, say, if you don't get foreign name, you cannot be on air. Nobody will see you. So everybody came on board with their native names. Do you understand? That means you are promoting what is African, what is Nigerian, what is our own. Level, you must be in your suit and trouser. If you are kiniko, you must be in your skirt, suit. If you're a woman and you're not on a particular grade level, you can't put on a suit. When I was active in service, I could wear anything. And by the time you see what I'm wearing, you can't even fault it. Those were the days that suit and suits were the in thing. But please, now, look at you. What you are putting on, is it not beautiful? It's African.
Yes.
Look at Buki. What you are putting on is not foreign. It's African. It's Nigerian. And what Susan is putting on, you can't totally say it's foreign. It can pass for being an African outfit, yes. And of course, deliberately I'm putting on my buba for this topic. What are they talking about? Am I not looking good in my buba? Excuse them.
Yes. Yeah.
They need to understand that if they are talking about apply decorum in your dressing, I'm not going to fault that, because sometimes some people could really go overboard.
Yes.
You understand? But the emphasis on your grade level must be on suit. And for the women, if you are below grade level 13, you can't put on a jacket. Excuse them. What are they talking about? Dress, be decent, look good, be smart, no excesses. If you say you don't want colored hair, well, I can't argue that. Do you understand? Then with my colored hair, I'll go to where my colored hair is accepted. But for you to tell me what to put on, you are even saying from where I come from. I'm from River State, and in River State, there are some things we put on that we call it donning. They have different names and they are beautiful. So and that is what the governor of River State puts on, Governor Fubara. That's what he puts on. So are we saying the day we saw Wike when he was governor in suit, is like, sir, so he said guess suits, because was always on, putting on this outfit that you can identify
the traditional outfits.
Yes.
Ibina, hold that thought. Let's quickly take this break, and then we'll continue. Thank you so much.
Women Radio 91.7, amplifying women's voices every hour, every day.
Something big is coming with Better Play. Get ready to turn 500 naira into a 200,000 naira daily jackpot. Yes, you heard me right. 200,000 naira every single day. The more tickets you grab, the higher your chances of winning. Stay tuned, because this is the game changer you've been waiting for, coming to you on Women Radio 91.7 FM. Are you ready to play and win big?
Babe, I am so sorry. I know I was wrong. I promise I will never do it again.
Don't let low airtime block your romance. Buy a new MTN SIM to enjoy 2,100 naira in airtime for 2 months. And with MTN Better Gist, you'll get 3 minutes extra for every 6-minute call you make. MTN Better Gist is also available to all existing customers. To join, simply dial *123*2*1# or text PG to 312. T's and C's apply. MTN, what are we doing today?
Better play, better chance. 200,000 naira. Where you banye n'aka gị taa?
Chee kwantị, ugboro atọ n'ụbọchị, aha ndị mmeri ga-apụta live na redio.
Naanị 500 naira ka nwere ike iji merie ruo 200,000 naira kwa ụbọchị. Sonye na Better Play ugbu a ma gee ekwentị na redio ma ọkụ elekere 10 nke ụtụtụ, elekere 2 nke ehihie na elekere 6 nke abalị kwa ụbọchị. Agi nwere ike bụrụ nke akpọrọ
mee ngwa zụta tiketi gị ugbu a. Zụta tiketi gị na www.betterplay.ng maọbụ pịa *347*154#. Ịchọọ ime ka ohere gị bawanye, ị nwere ike ịzụta tiketi ruru 20.
mee ngwa soro anyị na Facebook @betterplay na Instagram @betterplayng maka ozi ọhụrụ. Oge iji emeri ego a eruola. Ị nwere ike ịbụ onye mmeri taa. Better Play bụ naanị maka ndị toruru afọ 18 ma ọ bụ karịa. Sonye egwuregwu a n'ụzọ ziri ezi.
Are you looking for a place to advertise your business at affordable rates? or a hall to host all your corporate events and conferences? Then don't look any further for all your advert placements, live interviews, announcements, religious programs, event bookings, and lots more. Give your business the boost and reach your target audience at an affordable rate here on Women Radio 91.7. What are you waiting for? Hurry now. Call the numbers 0905 555 8998, 0806 092137, or 0816 060 5673, or email us at sales@wfm917.
Oh, you mean you're rhapsodic? RHAPSODIC.
There you go again. Always using big words. Well, this is Scopidalian. SESQUIP.
Sesqui? Are you casting spells?
They are just getting ready for MTN's MPOS spelling bee. Could become MTN CEO for a whole day and win from a prize pool of over 40 million naira, ranging from laptops, smartphones, educational grants, MTN MPOS goodie bags, and more. Register now at mpos.mtn.ng. Terms and conditions apply. MTN.
My people, something big don't land, and I'm money rain dey fall. Better play, better chance. 200K fee enter your hand if you try your luck. Oh, better play, better chance.
Now 3 times every day, them they call winners for radio. Yes, now with just 500 naira, you fit win up to 200,000 naira every single day. Just join the Better Play lottery now and listen for your name for radio. 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 6 p.m.
Better play, not dull yourself. Go get your ticket sharp, sharp. Buy them for www.betterplay.ng or just dial *347*154#. You want boost your chance? I reach 20 tickets if you want win.
Follow us for Facebook at Better Play and Instagram at Better Play NG to get correct updates. Now your turn to chop this money, oh.
Better play, better chance. You fit be the next lucky banger. Only people when don't reach 18 years fit play. Play responsibly.
See, everybody with him own wahala every day. And you have to be ready to fail them, because only then can you move on to the next. That's why I never miss my breakfast. Scratch that. My peak breakfast with the nutrients and energy I need to face each day, one challenge at a time.
Every day is a good day to power on with a peak breakfast. Have you had your tea? Reach for your peak.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is finally here. From Monday to Saturday, 7 p.m. Plenty Nigerians will stand a chance to win big. To join, just dial *900# on your MTN line. Then every recharge from 100 naira or more will get you more entries and increase your chances to win. This promo lasts till the 21st of September.
Recharge today and win millions. T's and C's apply. Visit www.mtn.ng for more details.
Give the left or right, hot.
You think you know Nigeria's biggest tune? Then get in the ring on the Big King Show every weekday from 4 to 5 p.m. on WFM 91.7. Be ready or get
Women Radio 91.7, amplifying women's voices every hour, every day.
All right. Welcome back to Her Lens on Women Radio, WFM 91.7, FM Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. Time check, it is 21 minutes to 10 this fine Friday evening. As you can already tell that I'm over this today. So I just want to go home and sleep. Right. And we've been discussing on Her Lens, the Delta State's government's new policy on facial hair dressing and all of that with the ladies. But we're just going to go straight into the next topic for today, which is this tweet that this person made. Said the mothers we so much refer to as being patient in their successful marriages raised the women we have today to not take all that they did. Let me explain, just in case that English was plenty. Like our mothers who were, oh, my mother was patient, she had a successful marriage. They're the ones that raised us that not buy anything lower. Yeah. Have you ever asked why? That's the way they protected their daughters from repeating their own mistakes. I feel like this one is a heavy one in terms of, and I'm hoping we have enough time to be able to dissect it, because, I mean, growing up, I know the things that happened to my parents. I mean, my parents are still married, thank God. The things that my mom faced, the things my daddy faced, and sometimes you're just like, this thing is a lot. I know people who didn't want to get married or who still don't want to get married because of their parents' marriages, because they just felt these people did not love each other. That's on one hand. Or my mom was such a doormat. She let my daddy beat her. My daddy was physically abusive. My daddy was emotionally abusive. We see stories like this. And that's why what this tweet is saying, that these are our mothers, when we're with them in the closet, they say, oh, don't collect nonsense from a man, no. Like, you know, me, see, your daddy is treating me, don't collect nonsense from a man. And which is why we have the crop of women we have now saying, look, if you as much as even raise your hand, the hand did not touch my face, so we are not doing again. Even about what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, thank you. So it depends on what he's trying to, put across. But what I would say is this: there were some mothers who went through a lot. They went through so much so that they told themselves that my pikin no go pass through this kind of life. And when you have such a mother, she wouldn't allow you to go through it, because a good mother wouldn't want her daughter to repeat what she went through that was not comfortable, that was very, very, inconveniencing for her. And by the way, not be the same mama, they train the same boys. So the bottom line here is, as a mother, when you are raising your sons and your daughters, what were the things that you didn't like about your husband? What are the things he did to you that were not fair? Then you raise your sons not to repeat the same thing to their wives. That is how we get things better. Yes. But if you have the mindset that, even me, I know what thing I go through. So, daughter, don't go through it, but you're not talking to your son. And your son will grow up thinking how daddy treated mom was the right way. And he will continue that legacy with his wife. Meanwhile, this wife, was raised not to take all those nonsense from her husband. So, So at the end of the day, parents should raise their children right. Let us know that whatever was very ugly as far as we were concerned should not be accepted by our children. I'm going to say our children, even our sons should not repeat it to other people's daughters. So by doing that, we are gradually healing the society. But if you just don't want your daughters to, accept some things from their husbands, but you're not telling your son not to do it to other people's daughters, there's no balance. So there has to be a balance. Yes. Because really, and let's talk about this. There were, maybe divorce wasn't as high as this. And then let's also say that maybe the population was not as high as this. Because there were times that some women would say, I know they marry this man again. And there was a proper family setting that would call the man to order, that would advise him that, look at what your wife is saying. Why not adjust like this and like that? And once the man is able to adjust, the woman too would adjust. Then they meet in the middle and things will begin to work well. But today, the families, everybody there in own lane, so, and they will tell you, don't allow a third party. So at the end of the day, you are solving your problems yourself. There is no one, chipping in one or two words of advice to assist you. So at the end of the day, it's all on you, and your decision is your business. So we don't have that communal living. We don't have that. We have lost it. We have lost that culture of, helping one another. Culture of I can leave my children with my neighbor because my neighbor has someone at home who is looking after our own children, and we can both go to work and we live like one big family. Those opportunities are very scarce now. So at the end of the day, you are on your own, and when you're on your own, you are more stressed. You're not. The stress is not being shared around for people to help you out. So it creates a lot of strain, and this strain eventually will be manifesting in the relationship you have with your spouse.
Thank you so much. Buki, what do you have to say? Hi, Buki. Oh, it's echoing. So sorry. Okay, let's move over to Susan. Wow, Buki. Hi, Susan. What are your thoughts on this?
To me, I would say just Ibinabo has addressed the boy child, which is very important.
Yes.
While we speak about, the girl child and all of that, it's also important to speak to our boy children because they are the ones who go and marry and treat women, in very bad light. But be that as it may, I also want to say that some of our mothers did not know it will turn out the way it did. My people have an adage that says, nobody says, put water on fire. When I climb this tree, I'm going to fall. It's an adage. Nobody prepares for eventualities as it were. Some of our mothers, it was during this marriage that they learned some of the things that were not so good. But because at the time, the level of exposure is not as much as it is now, they just felt that it will not be good, or instead of me to leave my husband and all of that. And so what they do now is speaking to their girl child to say, you must not go through the things that I have gone through. So it's important that we look at all of these dynamics. We have programs like Talents, which speaks and encourages women, to have their self-esteem, have their self-worth, value yourself. Don't just allow yourself to just be with anyone just want to be in a relationship, you want to be in a marriage. And at that time too, I don't think that the awareness to understand the red flags was as high as it is now. Even 20 years back, the ability to spot a red flag, to have women like this critically analyzing issues from holistic perspective was not there. So there was no way these women, 20, 30, 40 years, who was doing that. There was no way they would know some of these things. But, times are changing. Information is out there, except you do not want to listen. So a young lady would not hear all the things we discuss daily, trashing some of these things and spotlighting the challenges and way forward. And you still want to fall into that trap. And that is why I say, as young ladies, for those who are not married, we should do better than our mothers. Even living with our parents, we see some of the things. After all, we are grown. We see some of the things that happen within that space. And we know that if we do this path, my surplus, the cry will be plenty. So it's better that we do right by ourselves, and even for the future generation, because of course we want to have children someday, and we want to raise wholesome children, whether they are boys or girls. So I would not entirely blame our mothers, because they didn't know it would pan out the way some of the relationships, not all, there are still healthy relationships that exist even over the years. But those that did not do too well, or those who had certain things, they learned over time. And that is why they are speaking to their children to say, you would not get into the same mess that I did. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susan. Thank you. I really liked the angle that you came from. Buki, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, yeah. So I think it's I think I can hear clearly now. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So at least I had when Susan was talking. And for me, I like to appreciate the fact that people understand seasons change, perspective change, the way of reasoning based on the prevailing circumstances have changed. If you look back at the way our mothers were molded, so that was what they brought into their marriage, and they survived based on the situation we had at that time. We still had men who were reasonable. We still had the family structure that was there as a support framework, that even when the man is misbehaving, the family will step in, the family of the man will step in to say, no, this is not the way we are. We still had sanity around the way things are. But let us look at now. Things are crumbling. Family structures they're fragile, right? A lot of people have more exposure. They know what is right. They know what is wrong and all that. So leaning on what Susan said, this is where self-responsibility. I believe that once you cross that age of responsibility, which is the age of 18, you should know what is good. When you see things that are not right, you don't have to fall into that trap. So you learn from what you see. And the issue where we still have mothers and grandmothers around is, of course, you can also ask them, like the Bible says, ask our fathers, interrogate, find out from them. Why? Because you want to be the best version of yourself, even in marriage or wherever you find yourself. I think that is where I want to camp around this discussion. Yeah.
Thank you, ladies, so much. Oh, Ibn Abba wants to say something. I saw your hand.
Okay, thank you. I want to quickly add that I'm even asking myself, who told that person that it was the mother who told the daughter to behave a certain way? Because when you see something, when you experience something firsthand, and you are helpless, you couldn't do anything about it. The only thing you can tell yourself is, I will never allow this to repeat itself in my own life. You don't really need anybody to tell you not to do it. You have made up your mind that this is a deal breaker for me. I'm not going to allow it, and that is it. So sometimes it's not your mom who told you. It's you were the one who saw what your mom went through.
You saw it.
And you're telling yourself that history wouldn't repeat itself in my life. So at that point, it wasn't your mom who spoke. It was you who told yourself that you wouldn't allow that to repeat itself in your life. So it's not always when you see, like I always tell people, if you see a lady misbehaving in her home, it's not because her parent raised her like that. Sometimes it's because probably she has her reasons. And if you see a man misbehaving sometimes, it's not because his parents did not raise him right, but because he just chose to go the other way. So it's not always when a woman is doing the right thing or the wrong thing. It's not always because she was asked to do so, but because she had made up her mind. Most ladies who grew up in broken homes, in polygamous homes, they are their resolves. That me, I won't take this. Me, this can't happen to me. Me, this can be my lot. So at the end of the day, it's not even the mom, it's not even the dad, but their own decision. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies. What you've all said with the first topic and this one is so profound. But for this one especially, I really love how there's a balance and there's an emphasis on even the boy child, because the reason why we are seeing a lot happen is because nobody is raising these boys right. And we make them think that they are kings. And like Susan said, they marry somebody's daughter and then they finish them. And then everybody is crying, not realizing that, look, by the time you trace it, it really comes back to you. But I also want to add to say that like Ibinaro said, once you turn 18, you have duty of care to yourself and a sense of responsibility to behave better and to do better. You can't say, oh, because my mom raised me as a king, I'm going to go about life as a king. It's because you have not seen the woman that will bring you to your knees. That's why. And that's because as ladies, we've been conditioned to always be subservient, to our men, to our husbands and stuff. So there always has to be a balance and just be a good human being first before we're not even bringing gender all gender responsibilities into it. Thank you so much, and ladies. I almost said women, yes, women, for coming on the show today. The last one, we're going to talk about it on Monday because that one affects me as the firstborn of my family. So we're going to talk about it on Monday. Please do have a great weekend. Enjoy your weekend. See you on Monday. Take care.
Bye.
Right. There you have it on Her Lens this morning. We had such a great time with the ladies. Meet us same time next week, Monday, yes, for another episode of Her Lens. My name is Olufumi Bambala, and this is still WFM. Up next is Radio Doctor.
We play Nigerian songs. We've gone all the time. WFM.